Hey everyone, my name is Becca and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you are here, welcome. And if you've been with me before, I'm so glad you're back. Today is an exciting day because we are going to do a first chapter Friday for Starfish by Lisa Fipps. Now this is going to be a first chapter Friday with a twist because this book is actually a novel in verse. What that means is it's written in a little bit more of a poetic style as opposed to a traditional novel, as you see here. That being said, this is a chapter, so to speak. So one chapter isn't going to quite cut it. So this is going to be the first 10 chapters that we are going to read today. So I'm super excited to share this book with you. I have to admit, I was a little skeptical about the idea of novels in verse when I first started this book. This is the first novel in verse book that I have read. And by finishing it, I had just completely changed my mindset. Novels in verse are a really cool way of reading a traditional novel a little bit differently. So if you're feeling a little bit skeptical about novels in verse yourself, you may find that you are surprised. Give it a chance. All right, so let's go ahead and read the inside flap to see what this book is going to be about. Ever since she wore a whale swimsuit and made a big splash at her 5th birthday party, Ellie's been bullied about her weight. To cope, she tries to live by her list of fat girl rules, which are all about not standing out. And she's found a haven in her swimming pool where she feels weightless in a fat-obsessed world. In the water, she can stretch out like a starfish and take up all the space she wants. Ellie finds an ally in her new neighbor, Catalina, a girl who refreshingly doesn't judge, and in her new therapist, a woman who knows how to laugh at the right things. With these good people buoying Ellie up, it's a lot easier to face the bullies and Starfish in real life by unapologetically being her own fabulous self. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. And a quick note, teachers, if you're reading this with your students, feel free to go to the description. There is a link to a free handout for your students to follow along. Okay, first chapter, For Just a While. I step down into the pool. The water is bathwater warm, but feels cool compared to the blistering hot air. Kick, glide, stroke, glide, side to side and back again. Dive under the surface, soar to the top, arch my back, flip flop. As soon as I slip into the pool, I am weightless, limitless for just a while. Name calling. Eliana Elizabeth Montgomery Hofstein. That's my name. My bestie Viv, and my parents call me Ellie or Elle. But most people call me Splash, or some synonym for whale. Cannonball into a pool, drenching everyone, and wear a whale swimsuit to your under-the-sea birthday party when you're a chubby kid who grows up to be a fat tween, and no one will ever let you live it down. Ever. Splash is born. Now, whenever I swim, I use the steps to ease into the water, careful not to make waves, because the memory of my pool party plays in my head like a video on loop. It was my 5th birthday. I wanted to be the first one in, so I ran to the edge and leapt into the air and tucked my knees into my chest. Water sprayed up as I sank down. I bobbed to the surface, expecting cheers for the splashiest cannonball ever. That didn't happen. Splash spawned a tsunami, my sister Agnes shouted. She almost emptied the pool, my brother Liam chimed in. I dove under, drowning my tears. I wish I could tell everyone how they made me feel that day. Humiliated, angry, deeply sad. But every time I try to stand up for myself, the words get stuck in my throat like a giant glob of peanut butter. Besides, if they even listened, they'd just snap back. If you don't like being teased, lose weight. That girl rules. Some girls my age fill diaries with dreams and private thoughts. Mine has a list of fat girl rules. You find out what these unspoken rules are when you break them and suffer the consequences. Fat girl rules I learned at 5. No cannonballs. No splashing. No making waves. You don't deserve to be seen or heard, to take up room, to be noticed. Make yourself small. What, why, who, how, when. The first fat girl rule you learn hurts the most. A startling, scorpion stinging soul slap. Something's changed, but you don't know what. You replay the moment in your mind from every possible angle, trying to understand why. Why the rules exist and who. Who came up with them and how. How does anyone have the right to tell you how to live just because of your weight? Mostly remember the smack of change. One minute you were like everybody else, playing around, enjoying life. And then, with the flip of an unseen cosmic switch, you're the fat girl, stumbling, trying to regain your balance. Acting as if you know what you're doing, like when you used to play dress up and tried walking in high heel shoes. The gift. Every time I see a pudgy preschooler, I want to hand her my list, like the answer sheet for a test, to spare her the pain of learning the rules firsthand. But instead, I give each girl the gift of more days, weeks, and months of a normal life, whatever that is. Ellie's dancing. Viv's mom caught her dad with another woman and said Texas wasn't big enough for the 3 of them. So now my best friend has to move to Indiana. In my backyard, we live stream the Latin Music Festival on an outdoor screen as part of her going away party. Viv starts belly dancing like she learned in class at the Dallas Public Library, where her mom was a librarian. I follow her lead, and our arms morph into snakes as our hips figure 8. My dog, Gigi, a pug, runs circles around us. We sing at the top of our lungs, along with the band, and dance with complete abandon, like you do when you're alone in your room, trying out some new moves or making up some of your own. Except it turns out we're not alone. Just have to see how many I've done so far. I lost track. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 3 more to go. The new neighbor. Mid-twirl, I open my eyes to see a girl's head pop up over the fence, then disappear and reappear. This trampoline girl saw me shake parts of me I didn't even know I had. What do you think you're doing? I stop dancing so fast. I about give myself whiplash. I see her head again. I heard dias divertidos. She says it so quickly, it's like one word. She disappears and reappears. Couldn't help myself. In a flash, she climbs over the fence and lands in front of me. I'm Catalina Rodriguez, a poet and a musician. Catalina points to the concert on the screen. Wow, so you like Dias Divertidos too? I have all their songs on my playlist. Me too, I say. What else do you listen to? Don't get Ellie started. Viv rolls her eyes. If eye rolling were an Olympic sport, she'd be a gold medalist. I'm a poet, so I love music because lyrics are sung poems, I say. Rap and country are my faves. I'm a guitarist, Catalina says. I like all music but love Latin. She chooses her words carefully like me, but she's not like me. Catalina's skinny, like a pancake. I'm more like a 3-tiered cake. My fat dar should be sounding the alarm. Why isn't it? We'll make this our last chapter. The thing about fat dar. Fat dar is a lot like Spider-Man's spidey sense, a 6th sense. Somehow we just know when someone's about to say something hurtful or do something mean. Even in a crowd, I can spot a fat phobe, someone who's grossed out by overweight people. Fat phobes give off this vibe, part discomfort, part shock, part fear, part anger, and all hatred. All right, we'll stop there. So I really hope you enjoyed this first 10 chapters or so. I kind of lost count, so you might have gotten an extra one there. But if you enjoyed this book, please comment below. Tell me what you think of it after you read it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again really soon.